We lost someone.
Oh, that was...
We did. We just
lost Jim.
Oh, Jim just dropped out.
There we are.
Oh, technology's a wonderful thing.
Hello.
Come on back, and we can start. Come on,
Come
Jim.
on,
Jerry.
Jim.
Come on, Jim.
Had to wait until we went to properly live, didn't he? Right the second I clicked the button.
He hit the power button.
Let's do a little. Let's start people off, and then hopefully Jim will join us. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hidden Realms Season 1, the God Heist. And Jim has returned, and everything is going to go.
Yay!
Come on.
He decided it was going to kick me out and not let me back.
It's the beautiful man himself.
Where?
I am your humble game master, Joshua McGregor. Everybody, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Absolutely. I'm Neil Horror. I'm playing What's It, the Worthless, and we'll do descriptions later. But I'm really excited about this new journey that we're all going to be on together.
Oh yeah.
Antonio, I'm playing the surgeon. I'll just leave it at that.
Fair. I'm Mark Cruiser, long-time DM, not as often a player. It's a pleasure to finally be one for a change. I'm playing Drow Elf Cleric Alice Fane Hacky Seer.
Hiya, I'm Morgan. I'm playing Thano the Stupid, and like I said, we'll describe him a little bit later.
Yeah, I'm going to follow suit and not go into too much detail, but my name is obviously James Wilson. My character's called Tolton's Spark Tech, and you'll find out a lot more when we begin.
I'm Sasha, and I am playing a mice.
Yes. I mean, that's all.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, spot on there.
Brilliant. Alrighty. Let's begin. We begin on the fantastical world of Sygalia. Imagine, if you will, a bright, sunny summer's day. You can feel the warmth, heat from the sun on your skin. And we zoom down from the sky, down into the centralmost kingdom of Sygalia. We go to Gorendia, especially to the merchant metropolis known as Garanseal. This is a huge hub that acts as a stopping place for merchants from all of the 10 kingdoms. You have people from every race, every faith is represented here. All the gods have temples. And it's just this amazing, bustling mixture of smells and bright colors and sounds. The different districts holding different classes and races. And technically, while the city is part of Gorendia, the nation, it's not the capital, and there's a lot of free reign given to what goes on here. It's a free trade agreement, if you will. So, we're going to do some character introductions one-on-one. I'm going to roll a d6 to see who goes first.
I like it.
Okay, I'm going to pick out... I know you can't tell who I'm pointing to, but it'll help me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. We start with 1. Antonio, we are going to start with the surgeon.
Okay.
Would you like to describe what your character looks like and what you would be doing in Garanseal on this warm, sunny summer's day?
Okay, so the surgeon likes to wear black things. He's a bit of a goth. He has a plague doctor mask, which is that protrudes from his face. He's always hooded, and he's always got black gloves on. You see, he also has some herbalism kit that's on show as well. So he looks like your everyday surgeon or medic. And the reason why what he's probably doing here right now is, I don't know, on the street corner.
Fair.
Don't ask what he's doing.
No. Keep it PG.
Fantastic. Surgeon, you are standing on a street corner.
Looking for business by the sounds of it.
Sorry?
I said looking for business by the sounds of it.
Looking for business. And you are watching as crowds of people are going by, some on foot, some with carriages, some pulling carts with all these goods back from the various markets in this city. There's always a lot going on, a lot to see.
Yeah.
Next to you, in your periphery, there's a second hooded figure that you see.
Okay.
And there's a voice that speaks to you that sounds like calcium. It sounds familiar to you in a way you cannot describe, like a voice that's always been there.
Okay.
That is still new. You've never heard as an actual physical voice before. And
It's my subconscious! And I point at him.
it's your
Just
accomplice.
exclaim that.
I'm just going to point at him. You're my conscious!
You point at this figure. The cowl is down. You can't really see their face. You shout. A couple of people look at you kind of weird. Like, don't really get why you're yelling.
Yeah, he's used to that.
And this person just says, "Hello, surgeon."
Hello, surgeon!
You know what I like about you? I never have any idea what you're about to say next.
Apparently nor do I.
Surgeon, do you know who I am?
You're me!
Pulls the hood back slightly so you can see the lower half of a skeletal jaw.
Delicious.
You're me from the future!
No, I'm the Lord of Bones. I'm Merkal.
Oh,
I'm the Grim Reaper. I've come
Right.
to talk to you.
okay.
Have a conversation, please.
Yeah, I guess.
Honestly, like he kind of like unveils himself as this skeletal being with like glowing red dots in the sockets of it of his eyes. This kind of black shadow scythe appears in one of his hands. Terrifying, menacing figure.
So you are me! In the future. Don't lie to me! I've lots to ask.
What's the first question you would ask me if I was you from the future?
Did I do it?
That's interesting.
That's
I'm not you
interesting.
from the future. I'm a god of death.
I must have screwed up then if I'm a god.
Okay. I had no idea this is how this was going to go down.
Okay. What do you want to do? If you're a god, prove it to me.
Sorry?
I said, if you're a god, prove it to me.
Prove it to you?
Yeah.
He turns, looks at somebody in the crowd, whips out his scythe, and they fall down dead. Everyone else starts kicking up a riot. Somebody's like, "Oh my god, my husband's had a heart attack and died." There's a small crowd of people that go,
At first, I was kind of a bit like, skeletons don't really do too much, but I got my interest now. Yeah, what's next? Where are we going? Who are we seeing?
walk with me and talk with me, and I'll let you know what it is I'm here for.
Would you like a drink or something? I'm quite peckish.
He goes, yeah, I'll take a drink.
I didn't suspect you to say yes, so we might have to go and get one. But yeah, of course.
You guys start walking down this street. Eventually you come to a stall. You go ahead and buy a couple of drinks. He downs it. It fully just goes straight through him. He's a skeleton. He does what you assume is smacking his lips, but it's just him clacking his teeth.
Nice.
And he says, Surgeon, you know that a year ago, it's common knowledge that a year ago, contact was made with a second material plane. Don't you? So you would know this. Everybody would know.
Okay.
This has happened. There's a lot of hype came out about this. 10 days ago, as something else everybody would know, the first ambassador, group of ambassadors went across to the world. Everybody was really excited. Everybody wanted to know what was going on. You haven't heard anything for a week and a half.
Yes, I have heard it. Why? What's it to you? Why are you here? And why are you talking to me? I must have done something very wrong.
Well, it's interesting. You don't get your power directly from me. You're not a cleric.
No. Don't really like gods, but okay.
You are like a microcosm of me. You're unexpected, you're inevitable, and you're obsessed with death. And I like that.
Okay.
You are going to get a call not too long from now.
Okay.
I want you to accept the mission. And he blinks out of existence.
I kind of look down at the potion bottle, the empty potion bottle in my hand, and go, "What have I done?"
Fantastic. That's the first little scene. We're gonna
Nice.
move right along. Brilliant. Fantastic. Jim, we're gonna do you next.
Okay, so describing the character, I'm just over 3 foot tall. I have a very, very distinguished moustache, looking very fab, obviously, because gnomes always look their best. Always. Wearing half-plate armor, and walking along beside me is what can only be described as an oversized, incredibly aggressive-looking warg-like creature. Following my every command, completely ignoring everybody else that's around me. And I'm sort of... Tolton would be walking along very proud of his creation, very full of bravado, and, oh, look at me, aren't I amazing? But yeah, when people make eye contact, it's sort of, oh, okay, all right, I'll just look over here then. Sort of, that's what he'd be doing. But he'd be strolling straight through the middle of the marketplace and the town, just sort of showing off his creation and what he's got about him, basically.
Fantastic. You make your way through one of the many markets, and you see one of these shops with a great big sign that is one of these workshops for smiths. It kind of doubles as a temple for Moradin and Gond, some of these creation gods. There'd be a lot of smiths and people in here if you wanted to do some tinkering.
Okay, definitely. I'm going to go in there. It's not just tinkering, is it? This is a common thing. This isn't something you see every day. So I want to show it off. So I'm going to march straight in there, straight up to the counter, bang on the counter. Well, depending on how high the counter is. But bang on the counter. Hello, somebody in here. I need attention. Come on.
A great big burly red-haired, red-bearded man looks over the counter at you and goes, "Well, hello there. What can I get? My God, what is that next to you?"
It's a creation of my own. It's not something you'd see every day. Obviously, that's part of why I'm here. I don't doubt for a second that you would benefit from having something like this of your own. And I was wondering if you'd be interested in maybe a blueprint of something like this.
Well, sure. He comes out from behind the counter and takes you over to one of the free, like, enormous workstations. You can see that there are tools. There's space for you to do whatever work you were going to do. There are arcanotech, kind of magically infused gems and things, which would have been prototypes for like arcanotech batteries and things that you would be using for your mechanical companion, Steel Defender. And he takes you right over there and goes, "Now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen anything like this before in all my days."
Well, that's like I say, that's why I'm here. Bessie's a beautiful beast. She never leaves your side. She follows every command. And let's be honest, somebody of my stature, I can't get around too quickly myself. She doubles as a mount as well. It's fantastic. Obviously, on her, you can see she's got a very, very ornate, level-worked saddle. Strapped to one side is, obviously, being a short little thing myself, it's a lance for me, but for most people, it would probably be a spear and some other bits and pieces and equipment, are strapped on there, some potion bottles and so on and so forth.
He kind of looks at it, like asking your permission to kind of like give it a look over.
Oh, by all means, fill your boots.
As he goes and he starts to inspect like the gears and stuff mechanically, the mechanisms of its jaw and its eyes and all these kinds of things. You have a look around this workshop, and it's strange. You can still hear the sounds of various people clanking on armor and what have you. But you knew that there were tons of people in here when you arrived. There's nobody in here that you can see anymore. When you look back at the guy who's inspecting your Steel Defender, they seem to be around the same height as you, with black hair. Somehow you know it's the same guy. This guy turns around, puts out a hand and goes, "Hey there, Nebulum, god of invention."
Excellent. I'm going to reach forward, take that hand, and I'm going to go, Tolton, you weren't here just now like this.
No. I have a popular version of myself that's worshipped more widely, called Gond. It looks more like a human. Gnomish belief has me as Nebulum. So he's still like he's a lot shorter, but his voice is somehow still the same.
Okay.
And he goes, "Now, is it, of all the nations of dwarves in all the world, you'd think that somebody would have come up with this stuff, but it was you. You invented this technology. There's something coming." Tolton. "There's something you're going to be very interested in."
Sorry, I missed that last bit that you said. I don't know if he's cutting out for you, but
Yeah.
I think we're having some tech issues.
Always the way of it. Can you hear us, Josh?
It looks like he's frozen.
Yeah, it seems to be something from his end. I don't know if he can hear us.
Oh, am I frozen still?
I think you're back.
No, you're back now, it seems.
Somewhat back.
Okay. Righty.
Yeah, great. Carry on.
Cool. He goes, there's an opportunity coming. And there are only so many slots available to go over to the second material plane. No idea what we're going to find. We need the best and the brightest minds on this task. And that's you.
Well, yeah, this is obvious, isn't it? Come on. Okay, so this going to this new place, this would be achieved how?
I'm going to let the others deal with that part. All I need to know is whether you're in.
Oh, without a doubt. Show off my new toy. Definitely.
Fantastic. I'll see you in a sec. And he blinks out of existence. We're going to cut. We're going to go over to the next person. Fantastic. Let's do this, Neil.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, I will be. I'm with Thano, and we are. What I envision is that we are sat on a roof, looking out over an estate of a as we are staking out a potential target to relieve them of their wares to give to the poor. We're poor. We'll give some, and we'll make sure that the poor actually get some. But we're sat there. I envision, and I'll describe what I look like first of all. What's it is half-orc. He's handsome with a ground down tusks around him. He's currently wearing. He's quite a stocky fella, quite looking strong. He's wearing full plate metal armor, but there's something a bit unusual about this plate metal armor. It's all made from pots and pans, and you can see various different aspects where the pots and pans have been smashed down and made into this very oddly but yet working quite well armor. And he's also holding this quite impressive ornate spear, which is made very obviously again from cutlery and forks, which have been sort of welded on to this spear. He's got a glint in his eye and a smile that lets you know he's definitely up to something. But he'd be sat there picking his nose like that and goes, Thano, what? And just flicks a bogey at him.
Thanks.
Anna, do you want to describe your character and then what you do when you have a bogey flicked at you?
Yeah, I'm I'm called I'm a half orc kind of runt of the litter, so I'm a bit smaller, not as stocky as what's it, but I'm more civilized, let's say. Dressed. Basically, he's a rogue and he's a very good arcane trickster. So his trick is really to be unnoticed as much, just kind of someone you wouldn't really see if you passed him in the street, but very quick and astute, but plays the fool. So as he has this bogey flicked at him, he just punches Watson in the face. Because they have that kind of relationship.
And Thano is basically what's its support worker. And what's it is got brandished in this saucepan that's actually made part of his breastplate is the holy symbol of Grumsh, which is and he is a cleric of Grumsh, and he goes, one you got, I definitely deserve that one along with plenty more. What do you reckon, sir? What do you reckon about this potential target? I know.
Well, I don't know. I think we're spending our gold a bit too quickly, so we need to make sure the next one's a pretty big one, because it takes a lot to keep you in your how it fed and watered. So
It's an expensive lifestyle being a cleric. Do you know that?
But I think maybe give it till about 2 in the morning, and maybe we'll be able to get in and sort it out. But maybe we should go for something to eat before.
Now, do we go the what's it approach, or do we go the Thano approach?
Well, I think you can always come in afterwards, thundering along if needed.
All right, I get that. All right then. So stay outside, come in swinging.
If needed.
If needed, all right then. Fair enough. I get that. I might get impatient, but I'll try.
I give him a pat on the head and say, "Good lad."
All right, cheers, Sano. What would I do without you?
Oh.
So you guys are staking out this place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You guys are staking out this place. Are you kind of like? Are you standing somewhere? Are you
I was sat on a roof overlooking this estate. I can imagine, just literally sat there, feet dangling over. Just sort of, la-di-da, just on the slate roof, picking a bogey, flicking it down. Just trying to flick it at a pigeon that flies by.
Fantastic. An orc, just one of these guys comes and sits like 10 feet away from you, like on the same roof, just feet swinging. Looks over at you, kind of looks like, full orc, definitely full orc, but quite small for an orc. But you do notice something odd. This guy's got a straight sword in his hands, just out, and there is just fresh blood dripping from this sword. And he looks over to you guys and he goes, I think it's, I think you guys should get ready.
Ready for what? Why? You want to start something, do you?
He's gonna love that. But really though, like, brace yourselves.
But
each of you, hear that. The sky turns red. Clouds start roiling like sea foam. Your eyes go up in your head. You fall backwards, and you are on a plain of red and corpses and old discarded weaponry. And in front of you, tall as a mountain, his one eye glowing red and looking down on you, is Grumpsh.
I turn to what's it and say, "What the bloody hell have you done now?"
Boss, I don't know if you asked me, and a little bit of wee out. Sorry about that, boss. It just looks.
With the stench for all these bodies, I don't think it matters that.
All right, boss. I don't know what to say. I'm honoured.
Down at you, enormous mouth. You feel like the earth shake with the vibration of his words as he goes.
I didn't catch that. You cut that then. What was that again?
As he goes.
As he goes, silence.
Yeah. What did he say? Oh, no.
We can't hear you, Josh. You're gone.
Oh no!
Oh, there you are. Yeah.
There we go. There's
Oh, every time I try to speak to God from now on, it's just going to go badly.
Yeah.
Divine intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gods are not happy.
Yeah.
Taking Grumpsh's name in vain.
Yes.
So Grumpsh, is the thunderstorm god of war and destruction. He looks down at you with his one glowing red eye, and he just goes, "Hey, you're right. It's Thano and what's it?"
Yeah. In it, boss. And he holds his fist up.
He goes to do fist bump, fully smashes her entire body into the ground.
Right, I'll get rolling.
Every bone in your body breaks. He lifts your hand up, your entire body reconstructs, and you're okay again.
It's fine.
This is a wild party, boss. Right.
Yeah, well,
He's
Oh.
gone.
yeah. So,
Oh,
I have a job for you guys.
Alright. Okay. What's it do? Who do you want killing, robbing, nicking, or having a, cuddle? Having a cuddle. Whichever.
I was thinking you'd do some robbing and nicking and killing and pillaging.
Any cuddling?
bloodshed.
Any cuddling? Can we cuddle?
If you have spikes on your armor, cuddle people. That's a great thing.
Alright. Right. We could do
sounds
that.
like our work.
Yeah, sounds like it. I'm up for it, boss.
My right hand man points down and waving to you next to his foot is the same orc that you saw. And he's clad in this very intimidating armor, and you recognize him from depictions you've seen of Ilneval, who is the god of strategy, or god who serves next to Grumsh. God of the Horde.
Alright. Alright, boss
This
junior.
guy- Yeah, he civilized. Grumsh says, "This guy is the brains around here. Let me tell you, I had no idea what I was gonna do. And this guy was like, I know two people who'd be perfect to send on this mission. You guys."
Yeah, he's wrong. He's definitely not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. Thano and me, we got your back.
We could do this.
We can do it, whatever it is, even if it's cuddling.
So here's the thing. He shrinks down to almost normal size. He's still 8 foot tall and the most muscled being you've ever seen. And he walks over to you guys, and he actually, some of his bravado actually does go away for a minute. And he says, "It's time since the signing of the Accord. There's a chance for our people, for the Orcish people, to find a home.
Yeah, the chosen ones.
We need you to go to an uncharted land.
Oh,
Find if this place can be the home our people were denied on the signing of the Accord."
what? I turn to Thano, and go, you writing this down?
Yeah, I've got some of it.
Alright, great. Alright, carry on, boss.
You both, if you succeed, will go down in history as the orcs who found our new home. Orcs will be revered till the end of time. Orcs, and he turns to you specifically, what's it? He says, deserving of the highest name, title, and prestige ever awarded to any orc.
I've never been given a name, boss. You know that. I never had a name. So to have a name, that'd be a bit of like the old Warwick's balls, you know what I mean?
The old what?
Warwick's balls!
Warg's balls, yeah!
Yeah! You know what I mean?
And what might a small half-orc like me get then?
I mean, ill level, you got this, right? And his second in command comes over and he says, the boss, like he says, he's all about glory, he's all about honor, victory. I'm the guy who kind of puts the plans together in the Orcish pantheon. I know that intelligence and self-effacement, calling yourself the stupid one, is something most orcs would look down on. But not me. I recognize smarts when I see it.
He is smart.
Especially the kind of job we've been needing. You guys been pulling heists. We need those kinds of people. Thano, if this goes well, your name will ring just as true as any of the warriors, berserkers, barbarians that have been taught generation to generation. There's a spot in history. There's a spot in the upper echelons of the Orcish people for someone like you.
Well, I think with my smarts and sleight of hand and his strength and magical, we will fit right in.
Natural charm. Don't forget my natural charm.
Bruce
Yes.
goes, yeah, your natural charm. And he
Yeah, forget that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you want to call it charm, we'll call it that.
Hey, I'm up for that.
And we'll drink blood wine.
Absolutely. Drink, and drink like a dwarf.
Yeah, but better than dwarves, because dwarves
Well,
suck.
obviously. Yeah, it's short and smelly.
So we'll drink little and often then.
Yeah.
Grumsh grins an enormous grin, so pleased. Ilneval smiles and gives you a nod. You guys see that kind of distending effect where something kept in the focus, but it feels like kind of nauseating as it gets closer. The background gets away as they go into the distance, and you open your eyes and you're back on the roof. You passed out for like a minute. The sky's blue. Everything is as it was. Fantastic. And we are going to cut away. Let's see if we can get through the next couple of people. Amazing. Nezumi. Sasha, we'll do your character now.
Okay.
Would you like to describe your character? And I'll set up the scene and do all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Basically, she is about 3 foot. She's just around that, maybe a little bit smaller. She has a Siamese mouse look to her. She wears a pink cloak thing. Kind of looks cleric-y, but it's not. She's a rogue. She's a rat folk, but I made her a mouse called Rat, and that's her.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So she's called Rat.
Well, she's called Nezumi, which means rat.
Fantastic. So you are. I'm going to go ahead and say you're walking through. There's a lot of arable land around Garanseal. Lots of farms that would be getting ready for harvest season. And on one of these long roads coming from the south and warmer climes, from the lower parts of Garandia, you'd be making your way into the city of Garanseal. You're passing by, all of these, wheat fields, and they're growing all kinds of fantastic getting ready for harvest. And as you walk, you're kind of, you reach one of those stretches where you're pretty much on your own. People, merchants, come in and out of Garenseal all the time. But there's just this little part of the walk where it's the only footfalls that you hear. It's beautiful. You are free, and the air is clear and fine. Birds chirp, all of this lovely stuff. And then just easily, there's a second set of footsteps that unabruptly joins yours. And there's somebody walking beside you. You look over, and there is this woman who looks to be kind of a short human, very plain looking, has brown hair in a simple little bun, wears a traveler's cloak, a few pouches on sides, a few pockets and things, well-worn boots, and she just looks over. I'm just trying to find my note on what I wrote for this bit. And she looks over and she says, "Hi, nice to meet you."
She squeaks and then dives into the closest field.
Roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
First roll of the campaign.
Way!
Oh no.
That didn't sound good.
No. But 15?
15? Not bad. Cool. So you fully dive into this field, and are hiding. One of the tenets of stealth is not to move. So movement attracts attention of the eye. Steps. She just kind of very casually makes her way to the side where you dove into this field, and you can still hear her voice very clearly as she kind of keeps talking. And she kind of goes, "It's a really nice day, and it's been a really nice summer. And I know, you're a little bit shy right now. You don't really want to talk to me, and that's okay. I fully get it. I think I need your help, and I was wondering if I could talk to you for a bit, if that'd be all right."
She kind of peeks her head out of the field,
This woman just smiles, just generally, just non-threatening, just really happy person, totally patient, totally willing to wait. She's gonna keep talking, and she kind of goes, "My brother is Pelor, who's the god of the sun and of harvests. It's thanks to him that we've had the beautiful summer that we've had. We can expect the kind of harvest that we are going to have. Pelor does a lot of good in the world. All the gods have their particular place and purpose. I have mine. But, Pelor is I think. He's one of the greater gods. He brings a lot of joy and prosperity to people who need it. Ago, my brother went missing. And things are going to start getting bad here. Summer's going to be cold. The harvest isn't going to be as good as people think. It's an unbalancing that's not good. Sygalia. I know with your history, maybe you don't have a lot of reason to like people on the surface. But my brother's just a source of goodness in the world, and the world's going to be a worse place without him. And I was wondering if you would help get him back.
She kind of just sits there for a second, just taking it all in. She's like, how are you?
Did you ask who she is?
Yeah.
Who she is? She smiles at you and says, "My name's Avandra. You know, Avandra is the goddess of luck, of change, and of freedom. And yeah, she's just smiling at you, just waiting to see what you'll say."
I suppose.
She goes, yeah. I can't say it's going to be easy, but with you on the away team, I feel like I'll have a much better chance of getting the job done. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And she's gone.
Bye.
That's it. Traffic resumes on the road, and we're gonna cut away, and we're gonna do our final introduction. Alice
Oh, no.
Spain.
Yes. So, brief sort of description of what I look like. I'm about sort of maybe 5'9", 5'10". Not too tall, but quite somewhere between lean and kind of stocky. He spent a lot of his life doing a lot of manual labor. So you know he's built a little bit of muscle. But he didn't have a lot of nutrition to back that up, so it's quite lean. He's currently sitting in. I'd imagine him sitting in like a pub or an inn, just sitting with a pipe, sitting at a table on his own, just smoking the pipe. He's wearing a long black kind of. You know, like a priest's overcoat, that sort of long, kind of down to the knees trench coat, with the buttons down the middle. He's got sort of long, just below shoulder length, kind of faded red hair, and being a drow elf, his skin is that sort of palish greyish blue, and he's just not really sort of. Interacting with anyone. He's just sort of looking at everyone, watching what they're doing, just enjoying his smoke.
Stick. Sitting there, enjoying your smoke. It's just, yeah. Hear a very familiar woman's voice has been with you since the day you made your escape and got your freedom and named yourself Hatir. Whisper in your ear.
Jim's gone.
We'll be
Jim's
back.
gone. Oh, I
We lost
think
you. There we go.
He'll be back.
he'll be back. Whispers to you in this kind of sensual voice, and she says, "Alice Faye."
Oh, you're cutting out there.
You're cutting out there, dude.
And then let it catch up. Everybody, just a few internet issues.
Oh, I don't even hear us. Are you back? No, maybe, kind of, almost. Just thinking about it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hello? There we
Technical
go.
problems.
There we go.
Oh,
Discord's thinking about playing ball today.
is everybody there?
I think you're coming back.
Oh,
Is it worth Josh logging in and out again?
Nah, that'll probably not make
Cool.
a whole lot of difference. There, okay, thank you, back.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
But your camera.
The camera seems to be frozen, but we can hear you at least.
Or not.
Yeah, I can.
Call this excess
back.
traffic.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
So this woman's voice in your ear saying, "You got that?"
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's okay. It happens.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. There's excess traffic and everything.
Josh, do you want to try jumping out of the call and jumping back in? Just refresh your connection.
Sure.
Just see if maybe that.
Sorry, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment to carry on the adventure, but just give us a few more minutes. There's just a few technical issues.
It wouldn't be a first time round if it weren't a few.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have our. Oh, almost back.
It's to be expected with everything going on in the world at the minute, and
Yeah, that's right.
Discord's being used for so
Just
many different things.
I just use this opportunity to have a big shout out to everybody that's working in that are key workers and everything at the moment. It's not an easy time.
Yeah.
for everybody.
Absolutely.
And staying at home, something that's very close to a lot of us here, and who either work around people that are key workers. So just anybody that is watching, just stay safe, stay at home. Hopefully, a little bit of entertainment that we can give to you tonight will go some way of keeping you indoors, keeping you entertained. But we'll get back there in a moment.
Definitely. Also, don't forget, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. But don't forget any questions, anything you want to know, post them down. I'm sure we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. Oh, Jim,
There he is.
There we go.
Hello.
You're sideways.
You're sideways.
That's a gyroscope thing.
But yeah, Josh, we're just filling in. Jim's just filling in everybody about click the like button, subscription.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
And also as well, we'll be posting back histories and things like that, background stuff as well, won't we?
Yeah, over
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Do all of that.
So,
Give me 1 sec. I'll be right
You'll
back.
find out more about
Yeah.
the characters, more about each of us. Yeah.
We'll be posting some individual videos going about our characters, about us as players and as GMs, and where our sort of history is around all of that. So watch out for all of that. But we would really appreciate any likes and any shares and your subscriptions. Certainly, if nothing else, for our egos. which is fragile at the best of times.
Yeah. Right.
Alrighty, let's see if we can pick this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wunderbar. So, Alice Fane, you are in the tavern. You are having your pipe. You hear the woman's voice in your ear, and she says, "Alice Fane, I have a little job for you."
Yeah, takes another drag from the pipe, holds it for a second, and then blows it out. And she says, "You know that all favors have a price, though." He takes another drag.
Curious. Why don't we do the usual thing? I'll reward you for your faith in me.
I suppose that has served me thus far.
I literally give you all your spells, darling. Now get up and leave.
I suppose you do have a point there. Well, all right then.
Literally.
He stands up and he turns the pipe upside down and just bangs it on the table to empty out the used tobacco, and then puts the pipe in his bag.
So he just makes a mess on the counter.
Yep.
Fantastic. The innkeeper doesn't look very favorably at you as you just leave the tavern. But you do, and the voice of Leviatar, the mistress of pain, continues to sound in your ear, and she says, and she basically gives you directions to a temple of Pelor, one of the smaller there's one kind of big temple of Pelor in the heart of the city, and this would be one of the smaller ones in one of these outer districts.
Okay.
And it's a small building, and you go inside, and she says, "Waiting for you in the infirmary. You have to go."
I sort of look around as I'm like walking into the temple, and I take it I realize it's a temple to Pelor. And
don't worry about that.
Say,
You still hear her
You
voice.
silly goose.
okay. Say, I know that you enjoy suffering and whatnot, but you're not honestly expecting me to engage in heresy, are you?
Did everyone hear
The audio cut out.
No, I heard you, Mark.
Heresy? Heresy would be if Pelor was what?
Oh, Josh cut out again.
All I heard was if he was white. And I'm like, it's only heresy if he's white.
Hang on. Oh, it's thinking about it.
Bobby.
I don't know why Discord has started playing up
Again.
No, we can't hear you. You're stuck in at the moment.
We can see you moving, but we can't hear you, Josh.
We'll be back in a second. We'll get back to where we were at. But again, back to what Jim was saying. If you could click the like button and the subscription button and pass this on to anyone else, we'd really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Subscriber.
Please.
So we'll try this once more, and then maybe if we have a problem, then maybe we'll just take a break just there, and then we'll come back in 10 minutes once we sorted everything out.
Well, yeah, because we can reset all the bits and pieces, then, can't we?
Yeah.
Restart the call. So on and so forth.
Yeah. I was just seeing we're up to 37 subscribers, which is cool.
Yeah,
Excellent,
that's
fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Really
you.
do appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone who's continuing on the call and being very patient as well.
Yeah. Apologies for the intermittent delays as technology shows its ugly face once more.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're all kind of newbies in this, and we're learning this as well as we go along. So we just appreciate, like everyone said. And are you with us, Josh?
I'm with you. I can
There
hear
we go.
you.
Hey!
There we go, finally.
Woo!
All right.
Your beautiful dulcet tones are back. Yes.
So yes, heresy.
It's only heresy if he's white.
That's what we heard.
Oh,
Oh, no.
not immediately.
Oh, Josh.
Immediately.
Right, I'll tell you what. We're going to take a
Immediately.
brief intermission, and we're going to have a look at these problems, see if we
Yeah.
can sort it,
What
and
is
we will be...
Here I can hear you.
Yeah, so we'll be back in about 5 minutes. 5-10 minutes. Do bear with us.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hidden Realms God Heist. Hopefully, the technical problems are behind us. Knock on wood.
It looks like Josh is flipping in and out.
Am I still flipping in and out? You guys seem to be okay.
No, I can
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah,
You're
it's coming
fine.
through.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
No, it looks
beautiful.
good. It looks good.
Flipping in and out.
No, you're all good.
Awesome. So, slightly different perspective on me. Hi, how's it going? Right. Where were we? We were with Alice Fane. You'd gone into the Temple of Pelor.
Yes. Heresy.
And
Yeah, the last
what
words.
was the last line you said to me? Leave me in, and we'll keep going.
Okay, yes, I believe the last thing I had said was it was something along the lines of now I know you enjoy your suffering, but surely you're not insisting on heresy.
Oh, darling, heresy would be if Pelor was watching. Since he's not around, I think we'll have some fun.
Then let's go for it.
Fantastic. You make your way to kind of this back area. There's a woman on one of these cots with a bedside table next to her. She looks like she's decked out like a nun, like a priest, cleric of Pelor. But she is holding her hand, and her hand looks like some of her fingers are at odd angles. It looks like her hand was broken at some point in the past. And the little voice in your head whispers, "This one was being eased of her pain by Pelor, which is more than fine. But now Pelor's gone, and she's in pain all the time. I hear her prayers every single day."
Wonderful.
Gross.
We're going to help her out. Go ahead and take a seat next to her.
I do exactly that.
You do exactly that. The woman looks at you. She's just in a lot of pain, and just goes, "Can you help me?"
Well, I can help you in many ways.
And sorry, I'm so sorry. I missed that. What did you...
Say, well, I can help you in many ways.
The voice in your ear goes, "Put your own hand on the bedside table."
I do exactly that.
Fantastic. And then she whispers a little question to you in your ear. She says, "What is the purpose of pain?"
The purpose of pain is to teach the importance of being alive.
Interesting. I'm going to teach you another use for pain. You lift your other hand, and there is a hammer in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Smash your own hand like hers."
Without hesitation and with a smile on his face, he just, as hard as he can, smashes the hammer into his hand.
You experience excruciating pain as you cripple one of your own hands, much in the same way this woman does. You feel just bones break and all your nerves flare to your brain. You're filled with pain. In that moment, what goes through your mind?
It's a mixture of, I guess, borderline ecstasy and the thought of, I am alive, but this is suffering, and if I am suffering, there must be a gain, and almost excitement for what that gain is going to be.
You can see her now. She's kind of standing next to you. This is the woman with half of her lower half of her face obscured by this kind of black and gold mask, and you see spikes coming out of her back and going off. Like, you can't really see where they end. This is what Leviatar looks like, and she goes, I see you don't really see the point of this. She waves a hand. Both your hand and the woman's hand are healed. They go back up. The woman is no longer in pain. You are no longer in pain. You have full use of your hand that you just destroyed. She looks at you with a little frown on her face. And she goes, you are by far one of my most avid faithful. One of my strongest clerics. But there's more for you to learn, I think. I'm sending you on a mission. Be ready. And she disappears.
As she vanishes, Alice Fane is just sort of looking at his hand, almost slightly
Sad.
disappointed that excruciating pain is gone now. Almost has this look of contemplation, as though to sort of say, I'm going to do that again.
Fantastic. So we've done the character introductions. Everybody, about 5 seconds after the various gods have disappeared from your individual, you all feel a lurch as a hand on your shoulder grabs you. You flicker. The surroundings around you flicker and are gone with this lurching, nauseous feeling, and you have all been teleported into an enormous space. You can see one another. This and the interior of this enormous gold building with this incredible dome, immense artwork all along the top, pillars of the most exquisite carving you've ever seen. This is the interior of the Temple of Pelor in the center of the city. You've all been brought here, and before you stand a few people, one of whom is this absolutely gorgeous-looking woman. She's got luscious brown hair plaited back, kind of a green eyes, green blouse, green pantaloons that she wears. She's got a rapier and dagger on her hip, and a gold circlet on her head. And she steps forward and says, welcome one and all to the Temple of Pelor. I am Queen Regan of Thronus, Queen of Garandia.
Immediately, Alice Fane, still sort of looking at his hand, looks up to the sky and says, is this heresy now?
I don't know what it is, but it's disgusting.
What's it goes, ain't that impressive? You're no grumsh, really, are you?
There's this just normal queen. She's a human woman looking at you and going, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all only gods, aren't they? I mean, come on.
All right. No, that's not. I don't know who you are, but some gods are, a bit of the old bee's knees and all.
Clearly, you haven't learned the importance of pain yet.
I know.
No, I know all about pain.
Yeah.
But that's got nothing to do with gods.
I can show you what gods can do.
I sort of fall back to the back of the group of people. I'm just stepping away, I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
I notice you, and I go, oh, mouse! And I'm running in the other direction.
Enough! there's this voice
But-
that bellows through, thaumaturgy style, bellows through this church, kind of silencing everybody. All around the room that you didn't notice before are all of these high priests of various different faiths. You see the high priest of Pelor, of Selûne, who is his wife, the goddess of the moon. You see the high priest of Bane, who's a god of tyranny. You see the god, the priests of Merkal and Leviatar, of Gond. All these gods. They are all standing around the sides of the rooms, kind of encircling you all. And the head of the Church of Pelor steps forward, and says, "This is an outrage. You must all kneel before the Queen of Garandia."
Whoa. Kneeling? And I'll look at Thano and go, do I have to, Thano?
No, I don't know who
didn't
this
think
is
so.
at all.
Well,
Unless they got some money for us.
yeah, exactly.
I need the toilet. It's probably not a good idea I kneel.
I've spent enough of my life on my knees.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of being on my knees.
The queen, puts a hand and goes, "That's enough, Marcus." This Marcus is the head of the church. He's got this enormous kind of Pope's outfit, very tall hat, white robes, and he kind of goes, "Well, it's most irregular, so now people are."
I'm just going to go. So let me get this straight. Me being 3 foot, you want me to get even smaller. You wearing that preposterously oversized hat. You're just trying to be bigger than everybody else, aren't you?
Also, add to that, you sound like you need a new voice box. I am almost happy to help you with it.
I would say it sounds like you do know the definition of pain, and you're in a lot of it.
I like him.
I'll go, is it, are we going to get paid?
Are we going to get paid? The queen is looking at you. Are a bunch of people who could not have had less to do with each other until this point. All with very different kind of views about royalty and gods and personal philosophies. It's friggin' chaos. You guys are, some of you are trying to run away. Some of you are talking back to royalty and insulting the head of the most prosperous church in the land. Ordinarily, you know that this would end
Badly.
just very badly indeed. But the queen puts a hand out and kind of makes peace. The Marcus, who's the high priest, forgive me. This is Marcus Baradin, who's the high priest of Pelor. He sort of bows to her and takes a step back. The other high priests around the room, but show a certain amount of deference towards you. And the queen says, "Allow me to explain what's going on. You're all guests here. It was made apparent to me that you all knew you were coming, so what all this is about, I'll try to explain. Basically, we made contact with a second material plane a year ago. This is common knowledge. All of you would already know this. What makes this a magnificent discovery is it's not like one of the outer planes. It's not a realm of any god per se. It's like the prime material plane, but another one. The potential of such a place, different races, its own pantheon. Immediately the gods, upon hearing this, thought more people that we can convert to our worship. Untapped resources. The possibilities are endless, and so we started talking to some of the people over there. It wasn't easy at first. They speak a different language than we do. Several languages, but their main language is different than ours as well. We interacted with a race we have never come across before, but things seemed to be going well until 10 days ago, when we sent our first team of ambassadors over there to initiate talks. What happened was Pelor wanted to go himself. And of course, many other gods did as well, but Pelor was the first to go. He clothed himself with a mortal body, which has not been done since the signing of the First Accord, and went across. What happened next is not public knowledge. He didn't come back. Not only that, but we lost all contact.
Sorry, but this is obviously something to do with what I don't know about you guys, but I've already been approached by one of the celestial beings, shall we say? But there's your problems straight away, isn't it? Taking a mortal form. Well, there's the first mistake. Let's be honest. Better off sending something else through. The second mistake is obviously not sending anybody to protect this god, Pelor, while he's in his mortal form.
Well, we actually did do that. The champions of both Pelor and of Corellon, the god of elves, went as well.
Do you know what you need? I know what you need.
I know what he needs.
Yeah, he needs a what's it. What you need. You need a what's it. I know just the what's it.
What is a what's it?
Well, he looks like this tall. It's me. That's what you need.
Very good, Mr. What's it?
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly why you are all here, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
After the disappearance of Pelor, all of the gods joined together in council for the first time in 700 years and have created the Ecumenical Council, an interdenominational body who have put together a team. You're all here to aid in an infiltration mission. You are going to go to the second material plane. You are going to find what has happened to Pelor, free him if he is imprisoned, and return safely, if you can.
All right.
And what do we get for doing that?
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth.
I was about to ask the same thing.
Recognition? What's wrong with you people?
No.
I'm gonna lean on my steel defender now and go, come on, look, what couldn't we do? What is there that we couldn't possibly achieve? I'm gonna jump on the mount and go, right, coming in, let's go. How do we get there?
No. Pay in.
Yes,
How much money?
No.
We need gold.
Gold, yeah.
Let's make this very clear. She gestures to the individuals along the sides of the room. These are some of the most important people in all of Sygalia. They are.
So a lot then. We're going to get paid a lot.
You're going to get paid anything you want. In addition to being paid an exorbitant sum of gold, each of you will be granted a wish spell.
Oh.
What about weapons and armory for a place like this? Because
Thano, you can have what you want. You got a wish spell. You can
No.
buy whatever you want.
It's no good to me if I'm dead. I need
You won't
stuff
be
to go there.
You
No,
know
no,
you're
no,
not
no.
gonna die, Thano. You gotta what's it?
We're going to another realm.
It's alright. You still gotta what's it?
I want more than a standard crossbow and dagger.
You gotta what's it? What more do you want?
Right, you can stand in front of me.
It's alright to do that anyway. No.
There's a complication.
Always a complication.
I'm going to let the man himself take over. Somebody else comes forward. He is an orc wizard who looks very much worse for wear. He looks like he hasn't slept in 10 days. He's wearing blue robes with kind of star patterns on them. Big gray beard. Just looks really just wide-eyed, like the only thing keeping him going is stimulants. And he said, "Hello, sorry, huh? Who are you, huh?"
Would you want something made, like a tea or something?
I have tea in a thermos.
Jesus, you're weird.
So far.
I have slept in 10 days.
I think I can tell.
Listen to me. My name is Avocat Shearwater, and I'm the astronomer who discovered the second material plane.
Was that right?
Avocat.
Avocat.
Do go on. I am listening. I'd like to know
sorry.
more. You've got a long bushy beard, so it looks like you read books.
Fantastic. So here's some of the problems that we've come across. We were the ones to initiate contact. We had portals open. We could talk to them. It was great. And then when Paul went through, they closed them. They are much better at magic than me.
And you are?
I'm Avocat Shearwater,
Yes, I know that.
Mage of Saloon.
Okay. I'm just kind of twitching a little bit.
This guy, for context, this guy would be an 18th level
Yeah.
spellcaster.
He's Surgeon is twitching currently because he's like, you want to go in there?
At this point, Alice Fane has taken one of the needles that he has like hidden in a little compartment in his cat o' nine tails, and he's just like pressing it into his finger, and he like looks up and just mutters, "This is not the kind of suffering I enjoy."
Suffering indeed awaits you there.
So let me get this straight. They're better with spells than you. Not that spells, come on, science and mechanics are the way forward anyway. And we go to this other realm. Shh, nobody spoke to you. We go to this other realm, right? And they can take your gods. So what you're getting at is the gods have got no power there, and our mages have got no power there either.
No, that's not at all what I was saying.
You obviously didn't listen.
Say magic is superior.
Explain everything, I promise. No, what I was saying is there are individuals there who are kind of the rulers of that world. Translating was a little bit tricky. Essentially, there are a few mages over there who are stronger than me and can keep me out of their plane for a lot of the time. What happened to Pelor, I'm not entirely sure of. Nobody really is. But
We'll find him.
with the portals closed, literally anything could have happened to him. To the best of our knowledge, Pelor, for all his power, can't make portals between material planes.
Not a very good god then, is he, really?
I second that.
Marcus
He's
goes,
not. Well, not everyone could be Grunch. Not their fault.
I believe you missed
But-
the boat, half-orc.
Who?
You.
Who?
Oh, we're back on the gods. Anyway, let's just ignore them.
I'm with the gnome.
So obviously this god's not powerful enough on that realm to do what he needs to do. So how are we going to get there if you can't open a portal to get us there or maintain its duration for us to get through? Is there nobody that can give you support to open one and maintain?
absolutely there is. Let's do it now.
Excellent. I'm game.
He says, you know that he was going to explain a little bit more about kind of the reasons why he weren't going to be outfitted with outrageous magical weaponry and stuff, but
No, I'm not going until you tell me more.
but when he says this, all of the clerics along the sides of the room all activate 9th level spells. He activates a 9th level spell. Anybody who is arcane based can make, or divine based can make an Arcana check or a religion check if you're divine based.
It's 23.
Would you like me to make a check anyway, or?
Oh, that's a nat one.
11.
First nat one of the campaign.
It's not a campaign without a natural one.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
absolutely. Meaning
I'm
you
not gonna
go,
believe
go
it.
on.
Natural 20. We've got them both.
Hey.
Hey, both from the first roll.
15.
Natural 20 and 23. That's more than all right. You know that all of these divine casters are supporting an arcane caster in their use of a gate spell, which is being multiplied in strength many times over.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
in front of you guys, a little swirl of black with kind of light around the edges starts to open up, and very slowly, kind of like you can hear kind of like a whining sound, like a mosquito in your ear, and then like a cracking, and then the sound of like air being sucked into a vacuum as slowly this like portal starts to open, and he yells over top of the spell. He yells, "You might want to be careful about basically we basically couldn't get magical items through this portal undetected. You're going to have to be very stealthy. Make contact with a guy at a place called Balmoral when you get in. Little town. It'll be fun." And he sends the gate, and it kind of envelops you all. And you find yourself on the other side, and behind you, the gate closes.
And, yeah.
I didn't
When we
want to go.
When we get to the other side, what's it? A sit down. He'll let out a bit more wee, and go. All right, this day didn't quite go as I was thinking it was going to be, but hey, you know.
What's around us?
Yeah.
So, here's a description of where you are. You are on a high hill with trees all along the bottom. It is not the daytime, it is actually nighttime where you are. Behind you, there are tall mountains that kind of go off in a range. But in front of you are sights that you've never seen before. You look around and see a world. You see more stars in the sky than you've ever seen before. There are 6 moons, various sizes and positions in the sky, winking down at you. Some of them even look like they're glowing like with reflected light, different colors. Additionally, there's a streak across the sky. It looks kind of gradient. We've lost.
It's all right. We'll carry on. I'll be back.
there's kind of a streak across the sky that goes in a kind of arc. It's not quite clear what that is, but it's a solid line going across the sky. There are 3 bright stars in the sky. One of them is bright white, one of them is this kind of silvery, and the last one is this tiny little dot, and it is a black, dark star with an event horizon around it. As far as the ground goes, you can see for a long time. There's a lot of light illuminating the nighttime. It's like the light of a full moon, but like magnified by a couple of times. You see, sloping down the hill and going off to the left, there is a long, wide forest, on the other side of which seems to be some kind of canyon or fissure in the earth that is absolutely enormous. To your right, you see there's a break in the forest. There is a swath that has been burnt and blackened that goes for some miles forward. But the thing that most catches your eyes are the floating islands in the sky. At various distances, the nearest one being 10 miles away, there are enormous chunks of land with foliage and what have you on top that float several hundred feet above the ground, borne aloft by geysers of white and, light-colored streams of luminescence that bear up the islands and curve around them and trail off into the sky like trees of light. This place is not normal to you guys.
I'm going to turn around to Thano and I'll say, Thano, I don't think we're in Grandia anymore.
I think you're right. What's it?
I've been sucked to be a werewolf here. 6 moons.
It would be wonderful to be a werewolf here.
I suppose, depending upon your viewpoint on it and all those kind of things. That's philosophy, another day.
You guys are just on this hill, the 6 of you together. You don't see anybody else.
Can we see any cities, Nick? There in the distance, is there any kind of obvious path leading to a city, in the far distance or anything like that?
It's difficult to see below the tree line on the forest to your left, but there is a large enough space in the trees with just a little bit of orange glow coming off of it that that's either a very large camp or a town.
Okay.
I can send a bird.
Sorry.
I don't mean to be rude. No, I do mean to be rude. I normally don't apologise, so you're all lucky.
Continue.
I just all right. Thanks. There. And I just thought I don't know who any of you are apart from Thano.
The same, funnily enough.
That's all right. Great minds think alike. And I just thought it might be worth introducing ourselves.
Well, we know who you are. You're What's-It. I'm surprised you don't know who I am.
Are you? Are you surprised? Is that your name?
No, I said I am surprised. Right, your name was Thano, I do believe.
Yeah, Thano.
How do you put up with him? Conversations must be difficult.
I know, they're pretty easy.
Yeah, well, I had a vision one day that took me to a place where I ended up meeting him, and he saved me from being beaten to death. We've kind of just spent the last couple of we just worked together, and we like pulling heists.
Yeah, we rob the rich. We let the poor, have some of it, and we kind of sort of try and help them out. Sometimes they die, sometimes they don't. But that's their fault, not ours.
Yeah, we might train up some villagers for a price and help them fight some people. And if they don't make it, well, that's
their fault. But they've had a chance.
As you're talking, Alice Fane jumps in and says, "So you're telling me that you allow the poorer people to gain money, and in the process you take things from the rich, and sometimes they die?"
Well, the
rich or poor, yeah.
Yeah, rich or poor, they both die.
I like stealing off rich people and then giving it to the people that they take the money off.
I don't particularly care about the poor or the how do they die?
Honourable death.
Yeah, they just die. Stabbing.
Well, do they just have
sometimes there was one that I kind of punched him and he died.
Well, that's too fast.
Some of them I go zoom zoom zoom, and they died. Just sort of various different ways, really.
Have you ever tried burning them while they're still alive?
That's
wonderful.
I know it's a bit strange, but that's a little bit far for our taste.
Well, I've burnt a few, but
not at all.
Not only when they're kind of facing me. Otherwise, I might flick them a bogey.
Well, look, generally those that you are stealing from, if they are rich, they have gotten rich generally by, other people's suffering. Slaves,
exploitation,
yes,
exploitation.
The
That's
poor
it,
and the weak.
Exploitation.
It's only fair
totally
that they receive some form of comeuppance.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry, but we seem to be getting off topic here. Should we
I'm
not be heading off somewhere?
Well, we don't know who you are. Who are you?
Who am
are
I?
You sure? Yeah.
You should know who I am.
You said you're surprised or special.
No.
No.
I am a famous guild artisan and crafter.
Oh.
Obviously, just look at this, and right next to me there is look at the silly wizard. There is a mechanical beast that looks a lot like a warg with armor and stuff like that on it. And strapped to it is various equipment and bits and pieces. Yeah. Yes, we all know that you follow silly gods. So anyway,
it's a big dog.
No, it's not a dog.
It's a big dog.
Looks
It's
like
worthless. It doesn't feel anything.
It's
it looks like a
interesting
big wind-up toy to me.
because it doesn't have.
What do you know?
Keep animals as pets.
Really not a lot. Anyway,
I run away.
look at you lot. What's wrong with you?
I
We're
like-
here for
I
a
like-
task. Let's get on with
I
it.
like
shall
the
we?
mouse. I like the mouse.
At least
Mouse
mice
is
can
cool.
feel. Unlike
Yeah,
that.
just don't cuddle too hard. Watch it, all right?
Yeah.
We don't want
Mousy,
the head popping
mousy,
off.
do you want a cuddle?
I am a person. Respect me. I'm an individual.
Well, I would be respecting you. I've given you a cuddle.
Don't touch me.
You
Alright.
what does Watson's armor like? Does it look quite prickly and quite uncomfortable to if you were to hug
to
someone?
wear?
No, if you were to
Yeah.
hug someone.
Yeah. You've got saucepan handles coming out here, and
So
Yeah,
he
sort
sort
of
of looks
goes-
up and down and says, "I'll take a hug."
You
Yeah, he
creep.
goes up. He goes up and gives you a big hug.
And he steps back and he goes, "Not as unpleasant as I'd hoped."
Well, can you make it unpleasant?
No! What's it?
Ah,
Please! Wash your
Right.
hand now.
sorry, Dan.
I've travelled quite far. Never seen someone do that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I am the surgeon.
All right.
Right.
I'm still none the wiser.
I can mend people and I can shoot
Alright.
fireballs. That's,
So you're a healer. So you heal people then, yeah?
yeah, I suppose. Not with magic or anything. I use magic, but not to heal people.
All right. I'm confused, but I'm generally always confused.
I'm sure time will tell.
A surgeon fixes things with reattaches a
Bandages.
limb with needles and threads and things
I
like that.
haven't done that yet, but I can try.
I could do that.
So you're
Yeah,
somewhat
well,
familiar with anatomy, are you?
Yes.
I'm rather a fan of anatomy myself. Perhaps we could share notes.
Be
What?
interesting.
Yes.
Dunno. What's anatomy?
It's
Parts
not
of
that
your
thing. I
body.
point at the dog.
Dog has a name. The name
It's parts of your body, but inside.
It's not fluffy. That's the name.
Oh, right, I see. It's that bits that come out
It's a rust
when you
pile.
hit somebody. It's not quite-
No, it
okay.
doesn't rust.
It's a
Right.
rust pile.
What is the name of the companion?
Bessie.
Bessie.
Like a cow.
Bessie like a cow.
Pussy.
You guys have introduced yourselves. You're all standing, on the hill on a new world. No way of getting back. No way of contacting home.
There's only one way to
Middle
go,
of the night.
and that's onwards.
I will relay back to you all. I can scout, but I won't be much use here, if that makes sense. I'll be use up there, but not down here.
Alright, I still don't know what you mean.
I will, how do I explain it to a... I can make a crow and go in the crow, not in that way, go into a crow and scout the area.
Alright. Yeah, do that.
I can also
Yeah.
scout.
Yeah.
It's really disturbing that a mouse is talking.
It's
It
just it's just as disturbing as anything else. Chatting. Respect her.
I'm not disrespecting that. I'm just
Alright.
amused. That's all.
Yeah, it's alright. We should treat people with respect. Yeah.
Right. And then I will cast Find Familiar.
Fantastic. You're going to find a crow?
Yep. Just going to go up and just scout the vicinity.
Fantastic. You go ahead and scout the vicinity. With the crow's eyes, you kind of see just from higher up more clearly some of the details of your surroundings. Scouting forward towards the place you assumed was a town. Yeah, there's a town there. It's small, high palisade walls. Doesn't look like a lot of activity. It is the middle of the night though. There are some, there's some movement below the tree line, but the trees are very tall. That's one thing that you can take note of. They're 2 or 3 times as tall as you're used to.
Okay. I'm going to go a bit closer to the town if possible, and just look to see the activity there. Who's there? Is there guards? People walking around? Do they have weapons? That kind of thing.
Sure. This town. So you see that it's fully locked up for the night. They have sort of some gates that let people go in and out. But those are boarded up tight for the night. Palisade walls are tall. There are some torches that have been left to burn. There is one person kind of sitting watch. They look like an elf, but the coloring is different than you're used to. Kind of like deep jet skin, with little little splotches of white on their skin. Mm-hmm. Probably still an elf, but just not what you're used to seeing.
Again, weaponry. Do they have any weaponry on them?
Yes, that person's got a bow and a couple of quivers of arrow, kind of leaned up against the wall next to them.
Okay, I'll revert back to my body.
You go back to your body. You abandon the crow's body. Yeah, that happens. That's all good.
The town is that way, and I point into that direction. It's kind of boarded up. I mean, we're meant to. I'm guessing we can go in somehow, or we would camp outside, or what do you want to do?
Well, we can do the Thano way, or we can do the What's It way.
And what are they?
Well, mine is quietly, stealthily, check it all out, see what you need to do. Is thunder in there as loud as possible and
Beat
get
the
some
door
ass.
down.
Yeah, it's slightly more fun than it might be.
Right.
A little bit more dangerous, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the sneaky way, but then again, I don't mind.
Where's the?
Or
Where's
we
the
could just
pleasure?
go up and just go, hello, we just introduce ourselves.
Where's the point in trying to sneak in? I mean,
We don't know
how
they're
do you
not
get
friendly.
recognition if you
This-
sneak in?
This is an alien place. They might look at us and be, odd.
Yeah,
But they may
yeah,
think that
exactly.
we're on. So
I'd be fine, I'm sure, but
Could you not see what type of people lived there when you went flying over?
yes,
And
I cast Disguise Self
what did they look like?
and look to be similar to one of the elves
That's right.
using the crow. What are these?
They look like a non-green skin. Don't matter. We'll be alright, won't it? We're a friendly bunch.
Well, look, we can either sneak up and have a look round, or we can turn up as a
Just
group
knock
of
on the
people
door.
and knock on the door saying we're travellers. But, we might need to have a reason why we're travelling.
Do
I'm
we
just-
even know
well,
that's the
we're
correct
coming-
town
we're
we're
coming-
supposed to go to?
Aren't we coming here to get Paylor back? So we just go in and go, alright, we're here to collect Paylor. Can you bring him out? And we're going out.
Regardless
take him back,
of what
stop.
you decide to
It's
do,
a lovely, simple plan, what's it? But I think
Yeah.
we'd get a lot of grief before we had a chance to get hold of it if we did that.
Oh, alright.
I
You're
start
the brains.
walking in the direction of where he pointed. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
bye.
regardless
think-
of what your plan is, you still have to make your way to this town. So you guys set off. We're gonna say you go and you enter the tree line and start making your way through this forest. It's a lot darker under the foliage of the trees than out kind of more in the open where you were. There are lots of shadows. Start to think you see like shadows moving. But it could just be the moonlight between the tree leaves. And you make it about a quarter way to the town. I'm going to need everybody to make me a perception check.
Ooh. Perception.
Oh.
22 for me.
Yeah. 15.
11.
18.
18.
1.
Come on.
There's a tree.
But I get advantage on smelling things, so
I'm assuming it's sight.
do I smell
You
anything?
you do smell you smell the kind of you smell kind of rotting corpse smell, but like to the point where like it's mostly been reclaimed by nature.
It's not what's
Yummy,
it she can
delicious.
smell, is it?
Should I roll again then, since I got...
No, on that one,
Okay.
on the one, you do fail to notice there. Everybody else sees from certain branches. It starts. There are many hanging vines with bones interwoven into them, kind of like those bead curtains or like wind chime, kind of a mixture of those things.
Nice.
And you walk into one and push it, and it starts to rattle, and the effect is that a lot of the other ones start to rattle. with this kind of weird, hollow-marrowed bone
Bones.
sound. Boom, 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 boom. The surgeon, can you make me an Arcana check, please?
I can do. That's not natural 20.
Not natural 20 is very good. You recognize the kind of magic that starts to happen when this, when the tinkling happens. You recognize necromantic magic start to happen.
Okay. I'm gonna go. My dear little mouse, please step away and move back towards us. I've got my tingle senses are coming. You know, they're doing they're on the standing on the edge of my skin. I want to see what happens, but probably not to you because we need you.
I hide behind a tree.
You hide behind a tree, and everybody. Sorry, go ahead.
Can I touch Thano on the back and say, "I got you, Thano," and I'll cast Bear's Endurance on him.
Fantastic.
So you have advantage on Constitution saving throws, and you get an extra 8 hit points, temporary hit points. Thano.
Bless you.
Last an hour.
You see your spear, which is your holy symbol, glows with magic as you reinforce your friend. People hiding behind a tree. Everybody kind of stops and looks around, kind of waiting for the tinkling to stop. You don't see anything.
Do I still feel it stand on the hairs stand up? They still feel an arcana, the necromancy energy forming still.
Yeah. You see that it's weird. It feels thin somehow. It feels thin, and then from around you, you start to hear shambling footsteps.
Everyone, I think we're being greeted by some friends. The kind of friends that just want to be friends with you once. Yeah, so be prepared.
Is it, or what type of friends? Are we saying?
Around the corner of one of these trees comes a unit of 4 skeletons. And from the opposite direction comes a second unit of 4 skeletons. And sort of down from there's a kind of like darkness that kind of goes down into the roots of one of these trees, and then up come faceless, shadowy beings. There are 3 of those as well. Everybody roll initiative, please.
Hey! First combat!
Roll what, sorry?
Plus dex, yeah?
Initiative.
Oh, 9.
Unnatural 21.
Me too!
Hell yeah.
10 for me.
By the way, is this right?
I got an 8.
Sergio. Okay, give me 1 second. Who got the 21s?
Do I add profession? Me and Mark.
Yeah, us.
And for the saving throws, do I add proficiency too? Yeah.
Stan got 21. Give me, Surgeon, what did you get?
8.
8. Jim, what'd you get?
15.
15. Neil?
10.
10. Thano?
9.
9. I know, Nezmi, I know you got the 21. That's brilliant. Let me just put these guys where they go. Okay, so you see that there are skeletons coming from either side. There are shadows that start to go around you. Nezmi, you with your keen senses are first up in the initiative order.
Okay. Since I'm hidden, does that mean I get advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get my dagger and shank one. And then I'm gonna disengage. And
You
hide
can
again.
do your call.
Can I hide at the same time or just hide or what?
You can use your bonus action to disengage or hide.
Yes. I would like to disengage after using my bonus action.
Sorry, so which one are you going for?
Just the closest one to me.
So the shadows are kind of going for the main group. There are skeletons closest to you. They are in a unit of 4, so you can sneak up and shank one of the back ones if you like.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Another 21.
Believe it or not, that hits a skeleton.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Let me get my damage dice. If I could find it. Okay. Right. All this for a D4. It's a 2. Yeah, and I think I get an extra 1d6 since due to my sneak attack,
Attack, for sure.
which is a 1. So in total 3. I did a total of 3 damage.
You add your dex as well as damage for finesse weapons, don't you?
Oh, okay.
Plus another +3.
Okay, so 6.
Mhm.
6.
6.
I did 6.
You shank one of these skeletons in the back, and it's not as strong a strike as you were expecting. It's kind of difficult to figure out where to stab a skeleton, but you stab into it, and this skeleton...
Is he frozen for you?
One of the...
Yeah, I can't hear him.
The skeleton, it's kind of difficult to figure out. Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
Awesome. It's kind of difficult to find out where to stab a skeleton, but you do it. And much to your surprise, the skeleton crumbles to the ground, inert.
Yay!
There are 3 left.
Yay! First kill.
I would then like to take my bonus action to hide.
So you can use your bonus action to disengage,
Okay.
but
I'll
not to
disengage.
fantastic. So you put a little bit of distance between yourself and
The next
this-
skeleton.
Surgeon. That is you.
Say again.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Alice Vane. That's who's next. My bad.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I misread that.
So, this group of skeletons, how many are there remaining now?
So there are 4 in one unit and 3 on the other in the other unit.
Neither. Are both units like equal distance away, or is there one particularly closer than the others?
I'll say that the one with 4 in it is probably closer to where you are.
Okay. Roughly how far spread out are they? So are they within like 5 feet of each other? Are they in like a square, so to speak? Or
They are within 5 feet of each other. They look like they're in military formation.
okay. Would it be possible to essentially like run up like into the middle of the 4 of them, so that I could sort of like get like all 4 of them within like 5 feet of me?
You would have to knock one out of the way to do that, but I'll let you make an opposed strength check to do that as bonus action.
Yeah.
Let's do that. They're skeletons. Skeletons are
Not
not
20.
related.
What?
You grab one of these guys, just move him out of the way, step forward, and you're within 5 feet of all.
Good stuff. So, I'd say that, like, as I was, like, running toward them, I'd have pulled out my Cat o' Nine Tails, which is my my holy focus, and my divine focus, and pulled out my rapier as well. And as I'm in the middle of them, I just say, finally, some excitement, and I lash myself over the back with my Cat o' Nine Tails, and whip it around in a circle in the air and cast Word of Radiance as the circle of blood splatters out.
Fantastic. What is Word of Radiance?
So, you utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage.
Fantastic. Alrighty. They're going to do some con saves. Give me Constitution. They got a 19.
Oh yes, that's a save.
Yeah. So they don't take any damage on a
No, it's only a cantrip.
You whip this blood around, and holy energy kind of burns into these skeletons. These skeletons, it's difficult. They don't have expressions, but go ahead and make me an insight check.
Okay. That is a 7 plus insight plus 4, 11.
11. Yeah, you just know that this didn't really have the effect that you were hoping it to.
Yeah. Okay.
Fantastic. Next up in the order is Jim. That's you.
Okie doke, right. How far away did you say they are?
Tolton.
Yeah. How far away did you say they were from us?
I'd say on one side they're like 20 feet away, and on the other side going closer to where Nesmi is, they're like 30 feet away.
But you've ducked and hidden away, haven't you? So you're in the wherever he's gone into the middle of them. I'm gonna make. Obviously, I'm still mounted, so I'm gonna go over there on my mount, and as I'm on my way, I latch my shield onto my left arm or grab my shield in my left arm, and up comes my lance with my other, and I'm going to charge at the first one that I can reach and attack it with my lance.
Great, so you're going in the same direction as Alsvain?
Yes.
Right? Fantastic. You go ahead and make an attack.
10. Not very good.
10. No, 10's not going to do it.
No.
So you charge into these guys. These guys are kind of like off balance, and like their formation's been broken anyway by Alsvain. They're going to try to like regroup, and in the regrouping, they kind of get out of your way.
Okay, cool. I'm going to be roughly 5 foot from them. So as a bonus action, I can get my pet to attack as well.
Absolutely.
My Bessie's going to bite the nearest one. No, she's not going to bite anything. Okay, and that's me done.
Fantastic. Those shadows who were still out of range now come into range, but they're going to take their full movement to do so, and they are in and amongst you guys. So there's one that's with Alsvain and Tolton. There's one near Nesmi, and there is one near Watsit, Thano, and the Surgeon. That's going to be their turn. Watsit, that's you.
Just loosens up a little bit, like that, and goes, let's have some fun. And just takes a slow sorter in, nods at Thano, and puts shield in front of him, down Roman style, and then did you say that the 3 shadow creatures? Where are they?
So there's one in and amongst you, Thano, and blah 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 blah, and the Surgeon. There's one near Nesmi. There's one near the other group as well.
I will try and position myself in a way that I'm as best as I can, and probably mechanics-wise I can, try and put myself in front of, in between Thano and the shadow, creature, and I will use. I will cast as a bonus action Searing Smite on my spear, and which it glows in a sort of green flame through the entire shaft and into the forks that are actually sticking out of it. And I will attack. So the bonus action is to cast the Searing Smite.
Attack.
Okay. For 19.
19's gonna hit.
Yep. Okay. So that will do. A second. Right. 4 and plus 3, 7 plus. It does 7 piercing damage.
Yep.
And 3, if it works, magical flame damage from the Searing Smite.
And 3 magical flame damage.
Yeah, which is from the Searing Smite.
Cool. So, it takes half damage from the piercing.
Yeah.
Or it would do if you weren't also attacking with your holy weapon, but you are, so it's going to take that. -7 and -3. Yep, this thing recoils Dementor style in, and it goes like
Yeah.
In pain. That's hurt.
Yeah. I'll just scream at it, and then carry on, and then I'm done.
Fantastic. I believe Thano is up next.
Okay, so with what's it being engaged, can I do a sneak attack?
Yes, you can.
Lovely. I've 2 rapiers, 23 and 12.
23 definitely hits.
Yeah.
And 12 also hits.
Excellent. Okay. But I only get double damage with one weapon, don't I? It's not both.
Yeah.
You get sneak attack. You get the D6 with one weapon. Yeah.
Mine's one. I've 2d6 for one. Once per turn, you can deal 2d6 damage.
I've got it down as 1d6
For
for sneak attack.
D&D Beyond, mine says once per turn you can deal extra 2d damage.
Is that assassinate?
No, that's sneak attack special.
Oh, sneak attack. It might. Yeah.
It might have gone up because you've leveled.
Yeah.
Because of your level.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Hit level 3.
Okay, so 1 rapier does 8 damage, and then 5. Oh, and then the other rapier does 13 damage.
Ooh. You know that you would be dealing half damage to this thing, but it doesn't matter. You got the combo team of the 2 half-orcs stabbing into it, and then going around the side while it's hurt and stabbing into its back with a couple of rapiers. This thing dissipates into dark mist and is gone.
Excellent. Right, with my bonus action, I chest bump. What's it?
Of course.
You are badass, and you know it. Fantastic. The surgeon, that is you next.
Okay. One of the other shadows, or shady type creatures, I'm going to stand and face it. I'm going to first cast Mage Armor. So I'm going to hold my focus, and this I'm going to imagine a thick casing of almost like a second rib cage fixates around me.
Yep.
But it's obviously of a magical variety. And then I'm just going to cast Firebolt.
Brilliant. Which one are you going for?
The one that will begin closest to me.
So yeah, that'll be in the same direction as Alice Vane and Toltan.
However, I don't think a 12 is going to hit.
Does hit a shadow.
Okay. That's 3 points of fire damage.
3 points of fire damage. Doesn't look particularly miffed. It look at that. It's just going to keep doing what it's thing, but
That's me.
happy days. Next are the skeletons. So the 4 have gotten back in formation over near. Let's do the Alice Vane, Tolton ones. They are all going to, but 2 of them are going to make swings on Tolton, and 2 of them are going to make swings on Alice Vane.
Right, one of them is going to do that at a disadvantage because the reaction of my steel defender is going to impose disadvantage on that. He's going to growl and snarl and dribble on it or whatever.
Good thing too, because neither of those hit you.
I'm going to laugh.
These guys all miss.
Awesome.
You guys are able to block their slow, shambly movements. They've got a bad turn for rolling for the skeletons on that end. 3 skeletons on the other side are going to turn around and all are going to go for Nezumi.
Oh.
Please, I am only but a small mouse.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
That's good. Oh, does a 23 hit you?
Ooh.
Fucking.
No!
How about an 18?
Mm-hmm.
18 does? Alright, so 2 of those guys get hits. Blah, blah, blah. Skeletons. Deal. Oh. They're going to hit, one of them hits for 6 points of damage, the other one hits for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
14 in total.
Okay. That's fine. Can I have this back, please?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So they are fully going to just keep going, engaging with you. We're going to go to the top of the turn.
Wait, as a reaction, I can move away up to half my speed.
Is that not just after you make a hit?
No, it's if they end within 5 feet of my turn.
Oh, okay.
You can move away without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a reaction.
Very cool.
I'm like, runs away.
So you manage to dodge one. One of them hits you, kind of bites into your side. Another one manages to connect, kicks you, and you, a little bit bruised, manage to scurry away from these 3 skeletons, which means you're a little bit further away from the shadow as well. That's cool. At the top of the turn order, emerging kind of central. So there's kind of like one fight going over here, guys are central. And then coming this way is an undead warrior with more flesh on their bones. They've got white flesh, and you can see this. This looks like the body of a furbolg.
Furbolg?
Yeah. You can still see places where the flat nose is still kind of in place. One flat ear is kind of like missing, and the other one's got bits out of it. But like just white skin and kind of these dead eyes, like that, like with no life in them. They just look dead. comes forward, and it's got this jagged, rusty black sword, and it points its sword toward the surgeon, and he says, "Declare yourself. Declare yourself."
Okay. Hello. I'm the surgeon.
What lord do you serve?
Lord. Lord. I don't really serve a lord. Why? You don't really look like who owns you?
And he comes. Oh, he runs straight at you and wait. Does a 16 hit you?
Not if I cast shield.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You cast shield, and this sword bites into the magical energy and holds there, and he goes, "You use our Lord's power in vain!"
I said, I can't wait to put you in a vial.
He's actually going to make one more attack, see if he can hit.
Okay.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. That one also doesn't break through the shield. Fantastic. So that's the white. Nezumi, we're at initiative.
Yes. Okay. It's looking at me. Well, whereabouts am I in comparison to the enemies?
You are separated from the group. You managed to get a little bit of ways from the skeletons, but they are in between you and the rest of the party.
Okay.
And shadow with the skeletons.
Okay. Well, are there any straggler skeletons that are a little bit closer to me than to the other skeletons?
They are in formation, so there are two in front and one behind. They are pretty entirely together.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the one that's behind and shank him.
You can go ahead and do that. You won't get sneak attack, but you're more than welcome to do that. Go ahead and roll an attack.
4.
4 to hit.
No. Oh yeah. I forgot. Well, that is also a 4. That is a 4. That is correct. Okay. Well, 7 technically, I think.
7 to hit. No, that does not hit this.
Lovely. I disengage. Just my bonus action.
We can say that you made your way around them, so they're no longer in between you and the rest of the group.
Okay.
So you're about 20 feet away from help.
Okay.
Cool. Alice Fane.
Yes. Right. So, still somewhat surrounded by skeletons and now an intervening shadow.
Yes.
How far is the shadow from me exactly?
He is. I'm gonna say he's like 10 feet away.
He's 10 feet. Okay. Then, in which case, what Alice Finn will do is, with his cat o' nine tails in hand, his custom crafted focus, the symbol of Leviatar, he gives it a bit of a flick, and a little sort of like switchblade comes out of the pommel end of the handle, the bone handle, and he takes it and he makes an incision across the palm of his hand, and as blood starts to coagulate in the palm of his hand, he looks at the shadow and says, "This is not the time for you to interrupt." And he throws his hand forward and casts Guiding Bolt as this like blood bolt fires forward and ignites in the air.
Brilliant.
That is for... What's my bonus? My tablet's not working, so I'm having to use my phone. 14 to hit.
14 to hit is going to do it.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
So then that's 3d6. That could have been worse. So that is a total of 6 and 1 is 7 and 2 is 9 radiant damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack.
Cool stuff. 9 damage. Yeah, this thing is looking messed up.
Oh, sorry, it's 4d6. I rolled a dice short.
I think it might be 5d6.
If only. Okay, that's an additional 3.
Okay.
Additional 3. This thing is on death's door. Still around. Hey, I managed to fix side 2.
Hey!
There we go. Yeah, this thing is on death's door. Fantastic. That's going to be the shadows. That shadow reels back to attack, and is going to go straight at you. Let's see what he rolls. Nope. Yeah, he goes like with this spectral hand and tries to like grab at your face and neck, and it doesn't make contact. You manage with your cat o' nine tails. You could on like flicking it back. You manage to like blast it out of the way.
Nice.
Great. Yeah, you guys are wrecking house. Tolton, that's you.
Okay, so these are basically lined up in front of us now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'm guessing there being 2 in front of me and 2 in front of
Alice Fane.
Yeah, Alice Fane. So I'm going to have 2 in front of me. Whichever one is directly in front of me, I'm going to have another swing at it with my lance.
Absolutely.
With a 14 plus 6, so 20.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll damage.
For 15 points of damage. Bearing in mind, it is a magical item. It's an infused item, so it counts as magical.
Fantastic. You deal 15 damage. You know how I was saying about cleave? That's a thing now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take out both the skeletons in front of you.
Excellent.
Yeah, this spear goes like straight through their heads, like they're lined up. And actually, you know what? You can spear the shadow as well with that amount of damage.
Yeah, I was going to say I was going to attempt to move with my Steel Defender's action, but yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm going to roar in triumph, scream, "Ah, that's how you do it!"
Yeah, that is how you do it.
That is.
Awesome.
That is correct.
Are still 2 more skeletons over there. They are engaged with Alice Fane.
Okay, with my how far away are they?
Oh, really close. 5-10 feet.
All right. So, but how far can you move on your action? And can you? It's a bonus action, so I just move within range, basically, with my Steel Defender's action.
Yeah,
because I don't think I can do an attack as well.
That's fair. Lovely stuff. We are at what's it?
What's it's going to see? There's just the 2 skeletons left. Is that right?
On the one side, there are the 2 skeletons. On the other side, near Nezmi, there are 3 skeletons and a shadow.
Right. Okay.
And right near you, not engaged with you, but near to you, engaged with the surgeon, is a more powerful.
Okay. I will, having seen our brat friend taking a fair bit of old damage, I'm going to. I'm presuming I'm within 60 feet of her.
Yeah.
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 So
You're about 20.
I will throw up a healing word on her, and D4s. Which I can't find, but that's right, one there. So for 7 hit points.
Thank you.
7 hit points.
Back, and he'll pick his nose like that, and then he'll take a saunter over to the where the surgeon is, and and just say to the shadow, just go, and just say, "Na na na na, it's what's it time," and I'll go and hit the shadow.
The shadow or the furbolg that's with the surgeon?
The furbolg, actually.
Yeah.
I'll go for the furbolg. I think that's 19.
19's going to do it?
Okay. Yeah, 19. Sorry, 18.
It's still going to do it.
Yeah. Okay. So that is for measly 2 damage.
For 2 damage. Alrighty.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's that happens.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? Bonus action?
I'll probably just spit in the furbolg's face.
It goes on its cheek and then drizzles inside where part of its flesh is rotted.
Nice.
One of its eyes looks at you. One of its dead eyes looks at you.
Yeah, no problem. That's me done.
Cool. I know.
Right, I will carry on as what's it did and attack this. Is it Thurborg?
Ball, yeah.
Yeah, obviously I can use sneak attack with one of them.
Yeah.
I've got a natural 20.
Woo!
So 25 and an 11.
Heck yeah.
The 11 doesn't hit, but the 25, the natural 20 will
Yeah, funny
do
that.
it.
Will hit. And do I get critical on top of that?
So the
Yeah.
natural 20 gives you critical. Yeah.
Yeah. So I roll the d8 twice then, yeah.
Well, you get sneak attack as well because they're engaged. So
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't
but-
double the. I won't double. I
You
don't
do.
double the sneak.
Yeah, you
You do. You double the sneak
Oh.
attack as well.
Woo!
Rogue, man. Rogues.
Let's not fucking
Fine.
freaking kill it.
So do lots of damage.
40. 23 damage.
Wow. Rogues, man.
You tear into this thing. Yeah, it's still standing, but it reels back as blades go to work on it, and you see it holds itself together and goes, "Not again! I won't fail again."
I also spit it and give a nod to what's it?
Its other eye goes the other way and looks at you. And pardon my language. I
Love
will
it.
fail again. Yeah, it's like this really sad kind of bovine-looking face with the eyes going in different directions, kind of holding itself together. And there's something piteous about it now.
Okay, and I'll disengage as cunning.
Put it out of its misery.
You disengage. Boy, that's a good amount of damage there. Surgeon, that is you.
I'm going to look at the Pharaoh and go, you and your friends can leave us now, and tell your boss that he can just leave us alone from now on. Do you accept?
He looks up at you as you say you're talking about going and talking to his boss, and he looks so forlorn, just so sad, and he goes, "My lord is gone. I failed him, and they took him away."
Adopt it.
I can be your master. I don't mind being your lord for you.
Roll me a persuasion check
Hell yeah.
with
The collection starts here.
The collection of pets.
Yes.
You say with disadvantage.
disadvantage on this because you didn't declare yourself to it properly earlier.
14.
14 with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost what I had the DC set as 15 in my head. That's almost good enough. He's he goes, he looks at you and says, "You can join us."
No, that's not what I said.
The others, they're dead. And he's going to attack. What's it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to fully swing at what's it? Does 13 hit you? No. No. You're completely safe. But Surgeon, you still get your attack action. This guy just got a couple of free actions in. But it's still your go. So I'll say that was free.
again, I would give you an opportunity to give in, lay down your arms, and accept fate that is under my dominion or control.
Now he looks at you, and his eyes focus back in, and he goes, "You would supplant the Lord. You must be destroyed." And you see dark energy well up inside this being, and its form crumbles in on itself, just crumbling and crumbling until there's just black writhing mass in front of you. Its body is fully destroyed, and the black mass shoots up into the sky with a shriek sound that pierces the night. It's fully dead.
It looks like we're going in the what's it way.
Yeah. It's the best way. Huge sound, just this, ear-piercing, heart-stopping shriek that happened, but the white is full, or the furbolg, rather, is fully gone. Surgeon, that is your turn. The skeletons are going to go. 2 of them are going to attack. Alice Fane, that's a 12.
I'm in 5 foot range of him, aren't I?
Of the skeletons, you are. They're actually...
Then one of them's going to have a disadvantage with my pet's reaction.
Beautiful. Yeah, no, they both miss. These enemies have been very ineffective. And then on the other side, that's 1 hit going towards Nezumi. Does a 13 hit you?
No.
That one misses. That one also misses, and then the shade. How about a 14?
14 hits.
14 hits.
Ah!
So, you take 4 damage from the skeleton, and this one. Holy mother of the thing! The shadow grabs you, kind of reaches inside of your chest. You feel a cold sensation. 13 points of damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 3.
Nice.
Permanently
or just for a while?
Until you take a long rest.
Okay.
Or a lesser restoration.
Or a lesser restoration.
I'm on 1 HP.
Oh, you're still up.
You are still up. Happy days. That is the skeleton's turn. We are going to go up to the top of the initiative. I'm going to do a couple of rolls after that shriek happened. Alrighty, they won't show up for another round. Nezumi, that is you. Just attacked.
I'm gonna frickin' hide. I'm not being targeted anymore.
So I assume like action disengage, bonus action hide.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You can try going around some trees. You can also try climbing one of these trees if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. I don't get my speed halved because I'm a rat.
Fantastic. So you go 30 feet straight up, reach the branch of this tree. Go ahead and make me a perception check as you lower into this tree.
No,
Yes.
please. No, please.
18. Do I need to smell anything? Because I can get an advantage.
Sure, you go ahead and make advantage for smell.
It's another 18. So,
You're on the top of these trees. You make it up, and you can see just above where you are, in the next kind of layer, there are platforms. There are kind of platforms that have been built into these trees that kind of, and they've been cleverly hidden from the ground, but they like there are little rope walkways between some of these trees that go off.
An Ewok village.
On the first 18, on the second 18 with your smell, you can sense some people making their way towards you over in the tops of these trees. They do not smell like, they smell like people.
can I, like, hide in the shadows of, like, the trees, like, pretend to be part of the tree?
Okay, you're underneath these platforms right now, so
Okay.
somebody on the platform wouldn't be able to see you.
Okay.
Um,
Can I hear anything?
you can hear the footsteps. Say on 18, you know that there are less than 5 people coming.
Okay.
They're quite light of foot.
Are they, like, rushing?
They're not. Sorry, you cut out for a second there.
Yeah, that's
Are
okay.
they rushing?
They're running towards the sound of this screech.
Okay. I end my turn then, I guess.
That's your turn. Alice.
Okay.
Sorry.
So, the shadow beside me is still alive, yeah? Oh, I think we've lost Josh again.
I fully can. Everybody's. Oh, you guys there?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Oh,
So there's the shadow and 2 skeletons beside me.
the shadow's gone.
Oh, the shadow's
only
gone.
two-
Okay. So there's only the 2 skeletons. How are they sort of looking, you know, condition-wise? Like,
They look the same condition. They haven't been touched so far, so they're in the same condition as when they first arrived. But they are not very.
okay. Then option A or B. Let's go option B. Getting somewhat frustrated at sort of seeing all these heroics going on around him, and so far he's not been living up to his full potential. He goes one step further, starts to go into a little bit of a frenzy. I should have said my first turn. As he was running over, one of the things he does in combat is he unbuttons the top of his coat and lets it hang down around his waist. He's got a belt around and it hangs down over it, so it like exposes his upper
He
torso.
likes to strip.
And what he'll essentially do is he's going to cast, for a main action and for a bonus action, Word of Radiance, one each, so casting it twice. And with each, essentially, kind of like beating a drum, he'll whip the cat o' nine tails over one shoulder, and then pulse out one Word of Radiance, and then whip it over the other shoulder and pulse out the second one.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
So that's they need to make
Wisdom save.
Constitution save.
Constitution saves. That's a 1 and a 2. They both fail that.
Good stuff. Finally, he's doing something. So that is then total for both pulses. That is 9 radiant damage total to both of them.
Are eviscerated. They blast back as this power radiates from you, and are like in the force of them being blasted back, like crumble as they hit the ground against these trees and are gone.
Nice. As they like turn as they crumble, he sort of starts to seem a little bit unhinged. Sort of starts to laugh, and almost seems to salivate slightly.
Great. So you're doing battle frenzy. Very nice. Tolton, that is you. There are no longer any enemies immediately in your vicinity. There are still 3 skeletons and 1 shadow over where Nesmi used to be, but she's up a tree.
Right. Are they close enough for us to make my way over there though? They're not too far away.
They're 50 feet away.
Oh, okay.
From where you are.
From where we are. Okay, I'm going to start making my way over there. I'm going to get as close as I can with my action.
So if you dash, you can be within melee range.
Okay. Will I still get an attack?
You have a bonus action left. If you want to use a bonus action for something.
All right, then I can use my pet's attack then. Okay, I'm going to get in range and use my pet attack to try and attack whichever one's nearest, basically.
Cool. It'll probably be a skeleton.
He's not going to hit with a... where are we? Which he's not going to hit with a 7, so...
No, not with a 7.
No problem.
Awesome. Awesome. You rush over there. Why that stopped. We're at What's It. They are within range of you. It's about 20 feet away from you.
Okay. Did I see where Nezami went at the tree?
I'm gonna put this up to.
Do I have perception?
Yeah, you can roll perception with her stealth roll.
Perception, not great. It's 17.
Nesbitt, what was your stealth?
I think it was an 18.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you saw her go up the tree. You don't know exactly where she is right now, but you.
So I wouldn't be able to cast a spell on it.
Oh, okay. So the way I'll make this work is if you're trying to do something friendly for one of your allies, then Nezmi, if you want to be seen by your friends, you can be seen by your friends for the.
They're not my friends. We are not friends yet. I don't know you people.
Allies.
Nezmi is a shadow. She's gone. You cannot cast.
Okay, all right.
You can't heal her. That's her problem.
I can't heal you. That's fair enough.
Sorry.
Then here goes. Well, tried, and
Rest in piss.
Yeah, absolutely. And he will. I changed what I'll do a little bit, if that's the case. I will. The shadows within. It's going to definitely be within 120 feet. So I will go over, launch down in front of my shield, but then look over the shadow and say, "It's What's It time," and I'll cast Guiding Bolt on the shadow.
Excellent. Go ahead, roll. It's What's It time.
I think that's 20, non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20, yeah, absolutely hits.
Yeah. So that does. So that was. I didn't say, but I was doing that at second level.
Ooh, baby.
I didn't say. I do apologise. I meant to say that I was doing that at second level.
All good.
Right. So 10, 19. One more. 20. Yeah. So 20 points of radiant damage.
Whoa! Yeah, you take this. How would you like to do this?
He looks over. He gets hunched down in front of his shield, but then goes, "I'm going to have a rest." And he actually he sits down on his bum with his shield in front of him, and then waves his fingers over like that and just goes tickle 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 tickle, and a green bolt of comes shooting out of his hands, and sort of just sits there in front of the shadow, and then tickles the shadow a little bit, and then engulfs the shadow to it to go whoop and disappear.
Fantastic.
Who you gonna call?
Yeah.
Watson!
Who you gonna call? What's it? And then he'll stand back up.
The ghost, as it's being consumed by light, looks at you and like, dude, so not cool. You've insulted the shadow and destroyed it and sent it away from the plane forever. Fantastic.
Well, I make sure I'm engaged with the skeletons. So that was the purpose.
Cool. Well, that works well because Thanos right after you.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so there's two skeletons. I guess I can only get to one of them.
No, there are three, and they are in a tight knit group. So you can make your way to them.
Okay, I'll do a sneak attack on the first one that I get to.
Beautiful.
Oh, 21 and 16.
Yeah, both of those hit. Let's see if you can do enough damage to get all three of these skeletons.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sadly it's not a critical, but, I'll take what I can get. Right, so 11 and 9 and then another 6.
26.
26?
Yeah.
Shanna, how would you like to end this combat?
I'd like to just come charging in, both rapiers crossed like that, with the skeletons in the tight knit group, and just swipe across the three of them. Just so starting from the one in the middle, cutting him through across the neck, through the chests of the other ones as they just drop below me, and yeah.
You do that, and you guys are out of combat.
Okay.
Five
Four
first
more
impression.
for the orcs.
You guys are out of combat.
Awesome.
You kind of collect yourselves. There are the undead are kind of dead all around you. These kind of hanging chimes, have lost whatever magic summoned the undead. And you hear a voice. Nesmi, you hear the footsteps arrive. People's feet above you. And voice calls down, saying, "Are you guys all right?"
Yeah, of course we are. Please.
No!
Uh,
I get out my
No,
book and I go over it. Does not make any sense whatsoever.
he goes, I'm always all right, but sometimes I'm half left.
In the background, after with him asking, "Is everyone all right?" Over with Alice Fane, all you can hear is just him. Is the sound of his nine tails cracking on his back as he goes more, and just continues smashing it over his back.
I'll go.
Therapy.
Yeah, and
He does
I'll
need
go.
therapy.
Right. Who are you anyway?
She yells down. There's a female voice that yells down. We don't have time for that. Here, ropes appear like unfurling down from this tree. Enough for all 5 of you that they can see. They can't see as me. Ropes
Yes.
down, and they say, "You we really don't have time. Run now." Anybody?
Is there a oh, sorry.
So-
Is there a rope near me?
There's a rope.
Can I jump
You can indeed jump.
and climb?
Yeah.
Have we got time to investigate the bodies and the bones and?
You see, coming from behind you. Hold on. Gonna switch the music for anybody who's listening.
Spooky time.
Bum, 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 bum. Which track was it? That one. Behind you, coming out of woods, is a gray, mannequin blank-faced being with no discernible, vaguely humanoid.
It's a construct.
No
Excellent.
discernible, no discernible joints, no discernible fingers on its hands or feet, just kind of rounded stubs. So it has no features on its face. It doesn't wear any clothes. It kind of emerges from the tree line, going very slowly at a walking pace towards you all.
Okay.
And the woman again calls. She goes, "Right now! You have to run right now!"
So I will go. All right, and I'll go up a rope ladder.
I'm already scrambling.
Silly question. Can they get my beast up with me?
Oh,
You can.
I mean, it can climb. It's not a problem. It can climb, but
I think probably we'll have to climb
right, okay.
the tree.
Have I got time to let off a crossbow shot of this thing?
Yes, you do. Go
Then-
ahead. Let off the
hang on.
shot.
As
Hang
people
on.
start climbing, yeah, go on, Jim.
I was just going to say, hang on a minute. Off my belt, I unclip a hand crossbow and chuck it across to you and go, use that one. You might get an extra shot.
Okay. Do I get any extra bonus
Yeah,
for using that?
it's a hand crossbow, but it's got a +1
Yeah.
to attack, and it auto loads, so you don't need to reload it. It just loads on it. So as a minute once you pull the trigger, you can literally pull the trigger again
Excellent.
straight away.
So
and shoot another.
I could get 2 shots off.
You get
Lovely.
2 shots.
Oh, lovely. 23 and 15.
Fantastic. This thing has an AC of 5.
Well,
Your
I've
first
got
hit.
+3 before I roll on each bolt on a standard one. So, yeah. He
Go ahead
Yeah.
and roll the
falls to
damage.
the floor.
Roll the damage, but keep the damage totals separate, if that makes sense.
Keep the damage total separate. It's +1, were you saying?
It was a +1, yeah.
Yeah, on top. So that is an 8 and a 6.
An 8 and a 6. So your first bolt.
Just
stabs
as a
into
quick
this
one,
thing.
because they're infusions, they do count as magical as well.
They count as magical. The first bolt hits, deals 8 damage. The second one, you immediately reload, and it offers no resistance. It just kind of hits the thing, and it makes no reaction. You shoot it again, And sorry, what was the second total? It was 8 and then
6.
6. The second time, it deals 3 damage. As where your arrow is going to hit it, a little section of plate kind of rises out of its chest, and your arrow only sinks in halfway.
Why are we fighting this? We should find out who made this. This is fantastic. What's the problem?
It continues to walk forward. Its AC is now set.
At that point, I follow what's it up the rope and think, yeah, that's enough for me, thanks.
I sat there picking my nose.
You guys make it up to the top. Nezmi, you're up. Everybody scrambles up. And the ropes are pulled up just before this thing makes it. You don't see it look up or anything. It just stands in front of the tree. Before you are 2 blue-green skinned Bolg and 1 kind of teenage dark-skinned elf. And the one woman who spoke is one of these Furbolg women. Steps forward and says, "We have to make it back to town now." And that's what we're going to call it for this session.
Brilliant. That was awesome.
Excellent.
Very, very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Josh.
Well done, Josh. That was brilliant.
That's fantastic.
Good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, that encounter, you wrecked Shaw.
That's amazing.
Excellent.
Well, can I just say a thank you to everyone that has been watching, and who does watch this on rebroadcast, and we'll be here again next week, 7 o'clock, next Friday, and broadcasting again. Hope we'll sort out a few of the tech issues, and we'll be making some content during the week. But again, I just reiterate what I said earlier about keeping yourself safe during these times, and a thank you to everybody that is working, and that's a key worker during these difficult times as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button.
And also, don't forget, if you've got any questions, anything you want to know, anything specific about, not just about the characters, but about the world and everything else, if you post it in as a question underneath, I'm sure each of us will take that on board and see if we can get back to you as soon as we possibly can as well.
The more questions they ask, the more information we can give and share.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say a big thank you to Josh for running it.
Yeah,
and,
amazing.
Big thank you to Mark and stuff for the tech and Antonio
Mark
for
and
the
Antonio
artwork and everything.
well.
Thank you, and everyone else for getting the word out there.
Yeah,
loads of fun.
Can I also just do one more shout out for somebody, Crafty Kellier Lizard? Some of the artwork that she's doing will be featured on our streams in the coming weeks as well. Say a big shout out to her work is brilliant.
Yeah, similarly, I'd like to do a shout out to Dungeons and Dragons charity game. I'll release more information this week.
Brilliant.
I'll also be for a lot of various things we've just spoke about. So for our own Facebook page, and for anyone amongst us here that wants it, people's Twitter tags, as well as to that charity stream that Antonio just mentioned. I'll be, within the next few minutes, I'll be putting those links in the description for anyone that wants to check it out.
Great.
Awesome. Alrighty, guys. See you next week.
Yeah, definitely.
See you next week.
Good night.
See you.
Bye.
Good night.